Whole ass business.
A whole business. LLC. I still have the tax ID number. My taxes are ruined because
No Blueprints mail is going to this guy's house right now. I used to love partying, fam. Anybody watching this knows that. Bro, let's be honest.
Hey, we succeeded in being cool.
I am white. I'm black, he's white.
White, they say, is the summation of all colors.
That is fact. And I feel like I'm going to be somewhat persecuted for me saying that.
We're both going to be persecuted.
You know?
I'm Italian. I was more tan than the average white. No.
It's like a trend to be intelligent now, too. Just saying. It's a trend to be woke, too. Right?
Yeah. Oh, of course. Dude, it's what kind of big words can I say?
Sure.
What are we doing?
Right.
Open your ears, open your heart.
I'm going to give a little. You saw it as, wow. Always asking me to do shit.
Right.
Guess
Fuck
what?
this
Not
dude.
fuck this dude.
He didn't even put a smiley face.
Right.
Oh, I'm so glad he said that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that.
I'm so glad I said that.
Yo, what is going on?
I'm a spiritual person. I'm extremely, extremely spiritual. Whatever. I don't know where I was going with that. Damn. Is stop being so close-minded and set in your ways. And open up your heart, open up your mind,
Your being.
and your being, your entire being.
And the person that hears, and I've been guilty of this, I automatically see someone telling me that I should do something, and I go to the next story. I'm like, oh, I should do something? Click.
Good.
Ready?
Make sure we're underway here. Yeah, bro, we're in.
Yeah, what's good, guys? What's good, guys? Savantz podcast with Q America here. We got Jake Moscato as the guest today. This is my first guest, and I'm really glad to have him. For real, this is amazing. Me and this guy have been through the ringer, I tell you, seriously. From football, from JUCO, to wins and losses, to everything. I can tell you one thing, man. Really my brother here. So he's doing his own thing, his own business venture, and I can tell you one thing, this dude's going to be really successful, so keep an eye out for him. And, good to see you, my guy.
My guy, bro.
No doubt.
Hey, man, I appreciate the sweet intro, bro.
No doubt.
I'm kind of mad you weren't like philosopher. Modern day,
like
modern day Casanova, you know?
like everyone says about me, right?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, that's what I like to believe myself like that. Yo, it's an honor, bro.
Yo, absolutely.
It's an honor
to have you.
Yeah, yo, this is something that we've been talking about, just for everyone to give a little bit of context. This is something that we've been talking about for a year and a half, 2 years now.
2 years, bro. We started a whole ass business.
A whole business. LLC. I still have the tax ID number. My taxes are ruined because
No Blueprints mail is going to this guy's house right now.
Yeah, man. We started a company last year. We started a business together. It was like one of those things. A little bit about me. I was playing college football at the time. We both met through football. We both played football together in Nassau. And I think that's why we're extremely close, is because we had that like JUCO struggle. And I don't want to like glorify it. Yeah, it wasn't all a struggle. It was actually the best year of my life.
Yes.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Like sometimes struggle can be like the best thing.
Transformation. Really.
Yeah, bro. Really transformative. And I didn't feel it at the time, but you did.
Absolutely. Everybody goes through things at different times.
Right.
You know?
Because at that time, what happened was I decided to keep going down with football. I mean, I think when we were at Nassau, so before you were at Nassau, you were just big into partying, bro.
I used to love partying, fam. Anybody watching this knows that. Bro, I really did a 180.
Yeah, real 180, bro. Like, you had like real juice. Because I remember when I was at Nassau, I went to visit him at Sacred Heart, and he used to go to Sacred Heart. He wasn't there anymore, and everyone was like, yo, Q's back.
Yeah.
Yo, hundreds of people, bro.
Like, we were sitting here breaking chairs in my dorm room and doing crazy stuff like that. I was going to AA meetings.
Yeah.
AA meetings every week.
And then, bro, we both went to Nassau together. Before I went to Nassau, I was at St. Anthony's, and I was just, I've been partying and being an idiot since I was 13, 14. Probably because I had a lot of idiot friends, and I was just like, societal standards, I was just trying to be the cool kid. That was like the role that I was playing.
But you were playing the role, but you were definitely fitting the part.
Yeah.
So let's be honest. You know?
Hey, we succeeded in being cool.
and then real life hit us. Listen, but you definitely have charisma regardless. You know, that's something that I feel like we both carry.
Blessed, bro.
You know, and that is a
Blessed.
blessing.
And I think you and I, you know, we almost coined the term juice, bro.
Big time.
Like before that was cool.
Big time.
You know, because like a lot of people say they have juice, and I'm not taking anything away from anyone, and I'm not even trying to be narcissistic or say that me and you are like have the most juice.
Big
but
juice.
like, you know what it was, bro? There's always been something about us, bro, where I think that like if I had to give a definition of juice, I would just say it's like extreme confidence and the knowing that we both have the ability to do anything that we put our minds to.
And so do you.
Yeah. So does everyone.
So does
That's
everybody.
a connection thing. That's all juice is just being connected to that.
Literally.
Yeah. So
Perspective.
anyway, just to fast forward through all that, bro. My problem is I talk too much, bro, and I'm just so topic to topic.
That's why we're here right now.
That's why we're here, but it's a problem when cameras only have hour-long record limits.
Oh, right, exactly. You know,
Yeah.
so we got to get this bitch in. So I am going to say this episode is really, you know, based upon what's going on right now. But, like, I wanted to get a good, different perspective on things right now. I really believe in mediation. I believe in non-bias. I believe, you know, I am white. I'm black, he's white.
White, they say, is the summation of all colors.
That is facts.
We're all white.
right. So, like, we are both very unbiased people. And I feel like that's what the world needs. Not trying to be narcissistic in the way that they need more people like us, but more people who can be mediators of things going on. Because I feel like we're going to go in a constant circle of not understanding each other if we don't mediate and try to understand where each other is coming from.
Yeah.
So, you know, Jake's dad, he's a police officer. With all the riots and stuff going on, like, he has a certain perspective. He's a good dude. Has friends from many backgrounds. Obviously, we know that friends don't really mean anything. You know what I mean? But good dudes, been through the ringers, been to JUCOs, been through people struggling, who's been through everything. Like, you know, I could actually say that. And to get a perspective from him on police in this aspect, being that his dad is one. Because I also think that people are kind of seeing this as a white people being meshed up with police, and I don't think it's right. But I feel like that's where it's going. And me being that I feel like I have to take accountability for my own people as well. I feel like we could come to a solution that way. So that being said, that's really what we're here to talk about today.
It's just like, I think, bro, solutions, and like emotions and feelings don't play much of a role in that. And I know that from my personal life, just because, I mean, listen, I'm in a million relationships. I'm in a relationship with you, my parents, my girlfriend. Shout out Alex, I love you. But what I've learned is emotion. When we get emotional, and when we close ourselves off to possibilities, nothing good ever happens. And I think that's something that a lot of people are doing right now. Is I think when everyone, like, if you're scrolling through social media right now, your timeline is chaos, and everyone is super like in it. You're in it. So when you're in a fight, you're not thinking about anything other than the fight.
Yeah.
So if you're on social media right now, bro, all you're thinking about
is
this is a timeline. It's a fight. It's one person doesn't like Trump. One person is pissed off over Breonna Taylor. One person is a Nazi. You know, like, one person is just,
bro, it's freaking ridiculous. It's just like too many. And this honestly goes back into the thing where there's way too many opinions. Like,
way too many.
You know
opinions.
what I mean? And let's just be real. Not everyone deserves a platform to express that. I'm gonna be honest with you because, like, listen, we have far leftists, we have far rightists, and I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're too far anything, at this point where we are right now in society, I don't think it's good, bro. Because we're supposed to be united. So if you like, how can we actually be united if you're far left and I'm far right? You know what I mean? We can't come to a level of understanding like that, right?
Yep.
So, you know, it's just kind of crazy where things are going right now. I feel like it's extremely chaotic. It's not peaceful at all. And like me and Jake talk about this shit all the time. And it's like we feel the need to come out here and just, like, you know, shine some light on the subject, because there's so many cases as I feel like people want to relate to them because they want to feel somewhat victimized by it. Right. Now, that is just me. I mean, I feel like I'm going to be somewhat persecuted for me saying that.
We're both going to be persecuted. But
you know?
One of the main reasons why I came here was because in life, you got to be bold and you got to have your own opinions. I'm going to say a little story real quick. When I was in 5th grade in class, the teacher told all 30 of the kids in the classroom, A. If you think that the answer to this question is A, go to this side of the classroom. And you think the answer to this question is B, go to this side of the classroom. 29 people went to this side of the classroom. One person went to this side. And again, I'm not saying that as a testament of who I am. I'm just saying group think, the masses, herd mentality.
Horrible.
Not saying it's not like I'm not demonizing it. I'm just saying nothing gets done when you're not able to form your own opinions.
That's a fact.
So I think one thing that you and I do a really good job of, and I want to commend you for it because you're better at this than anyone I know. And if you're listening to this podcast, you need to listen to more of them. Because I'm not saying that you're right all the time.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying I'm not right all the time. But what I will say is that you might be wrong, but you might be wrong because it's
Right.
your opinion.
Exactly.
You formed that opinion. That says a lot about you, bro.
100%.
Because in life, it's like it's damage control. It's we're trying to navigate life and we're trying to figure out, because life is just a bunch of problems and then solutions. But the thing is that life is completely subjective. So your solution is going to be completely different than another person's solution.
1000%.
So if you're that person and you're just following other people, these are the solutions. These are solutions. Defund the police. Get rid of cops. Like a socialism.
That
Whatever.
is crazy, though.
Whatever it is.
Side note.
Side note.
Defunding the police is crazy. Go ahead, though.
Right.
Sorry.
Let's jump into that because you and I have a feeling, bro, we're gonna be doing a lot of podcasts.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
I got a feeling. So
one of many.
So let's jump into defund the police a little bit.
Oh my God.
Because I am here because my dad is a police officer, and I would just like to offer some healthy, different perspective.
Mhm.
That's all I'm trying to do. I might have my own biases, but I do a really good job at stepping outside of my emotions, my feelings, and even my personal history, my story, and asking myself, okay, am I upset about this because I am emotionally upset about this? Or am I upset about this because society has told me to be upset about it? So, or we know it. So what I'm gonna say here with defund the police is one thing that I'm seeing a lot of on social media is everyone is speaking in absolutes. And what I mean by that,
Elaborate.
what I mean by that is that person A says that we absolutely should defund the police. It's going to work. Person B is saying we should not defund the police. That's not going to work. Person C is saying we need to fund the police more. That's going to work. When we speak, you have to be very careful about how you speak in absolutes.
Yep.
Because what I'm learning about life, just from a practical standpoint, things are trial and error.
Absolutely.
And what's dangerous about trial and error is if we do 2 years, let's say we defund the police. 2 years go by. A lot of people get murdered. Trial and error. We implemented trial and error, but a lot of people died, so it's dangerous. But I'm not saying that defund the police is necessarily a bad idea. It's just an idea.
It is. It is. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's facts. It is just an idea. To be real, I have a different opinion about that. I think it's a horrible idea.
Good. Now, this is good.
Yeah, like let's just be real. Let's just be real about it. Okay, so you guys want to defund the police, right? So who's gonna protect you? You know, I think that they were talking about public safety, or something like. Was it something about public safety?
So I know that defund. Here's another problem, bro, with defund the police. Like you were saying about social media, bro. The people that are posting defund the police don't provide any context.
Or they don't even protect their communities regardless. Do you see what I'm saying? Like they can't protect themselves.
Right.
So how do you have the means to say that to defund the police?
Double-edged sword.
Right. You might have a gun. That person next door might not have a gun.
Right.
So you're speaking from a perspective where you might feel like you're safe. But are you protecting your community? No, you're not. What is public safety gonna do? Like, let's be real about it, bro. Like, there's no median to this. There's no, like, middle ground.
Yeah.
You know? Because this is the thing. There's way too many opinions thrown in the fire. Right? This person had this experience. This person had this experience.
Right.
Blow the whole thing up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everyone's had a different experience,
Yeah.
bro. I'm black, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I used to be the kid who was like, yo, if you just don't do anything, you'll be fine. Till
Right.
something happened to me.
Yeah.
So I'm not speaking from a point of view of a kid that's never had something happen to him. I've had things happen to me, bro. We were in Jersey.
Me either.
And you know what happened in Jersey,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. I'm going to be honest. We were racially, I wasn't racially profiled. He was, I'm
We're both
Italian.
black,
I
we're
was
both black.
racially, I was more tan than the average white. No. So we were in a situation where we were racially profiled. We were in a car with a lot of people in it, and then we got pulled over because there was a lot of people in the car. Now, when we got pulled over, the cop said, "Wow, it smells like weed back there."
Yeah, right.
And who was in the back seat? You and
Me
our boy,
and our
Jordan
boy JB.
Martin.
Shout out JB.
Shout out JB, yeah. And you guys are both black. And when he questioned us about the weed, they pulled you guys out. They didn't say a word about the white kids. So listen, I'm hip, bro. I'm not going to tell people, like, I would never say that racism is completely inexistent. Of course it is, bro. And it is built in, it is built into certain systems. And I'm happy that this movement is happening for one reason, maybe two reasons or three, I don't know. But the main reason why I'm happy is because that needs to end.
Yes.
So we're going to figure out, we're going to come up with solutions about how that needs to end.
Right. There you go.
But
That's what we're here for.
But the thing is, okay, it needs to end. That's good. Racism is bad. We're gonna figure out a way to solve it in the systems, right? That's good. What's bad? We're hurting each other.
Right. Anger.
We're getting more divided.
Anger, division,
Division, fear,
aggression. Like, relax,
violence.
Bro.
You know, anarchy.
Right.
And I've been having a real tough time with forming any opinions on this, and I've been a little bit silent about it because as much as I might get hit for this, bro. As much as I despise racism, I despise anger and hate.
Facts. Victimization mentality. That's
Dude,
from my extent. That's from my
despise it, bro.
Respectfully.
Yo, and I despise racism. I want to be very clear about that. I despise both of them. Mm-hmm. But it's the way we're doing things. Now, someone might say to me, "Oh, well, these people have been oppressed for over 400 years, and this happens all the time, and this and that." I never said it didn't.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I never said it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But just because I say one thing doesn't dispute completely another thing.
100%.
That's another thing, bro, that people aren't listening.
Right.
Like, we might be having this conversation, and you might bring up Obama.
Right.
And I'm like, when did I say that? When did I talk about that?
Right. Stay on the subject. Yeah, right.
So, and the reason why we do that is because we get emotional. And we're learning. Everyone's talking about getting educated, bro. That's the big word. Education. Yes. Let's get educated.
And everybody wants to be intelligent. That's a fact.
And everyone wants to be intelligent.
It's like a trend to be intelligent now too. Just saying, it's a trend to be woke too. Right?
Yeah. Oh, of course. It's what kind of big words can I say? I'm reading articles now and books, and one thing I understand about engagement is that a lot of people are just throwing around big words and pushing their intelligence on others to sound cool. It's the ego thing. The ego is what got us into this mess, and now people are writing books now and writing posts. It feels good. I know it does. But the best messages, like I think you posted this the other day. I don't know who said this. It might have been Nelson Mandela. I don't know. Gandhi. I don't know. It was like, if you can't explain something simply. Oh, it was Einstein, I think. If you can't explain something simply, you don't understand it at all. Now, the next problem with education, everyone's talking about getting educated. Let's do it. Do you want to know where they're getting educated?
Social media.
Social media.
Bro, it's some bullshit too, because not everybody's a teacher.
What are we doing?
Right. It's ridiculous, bro. It's
I'm not
people piggybacking on other people.
Right.
And it's like you don't know those people from a hole in the ground. Let's talk about how many people you really know on your followers list, you know? And it's like we're we're constantly allowing people to make impressions on us over and over and over again. And this is the problem, is that like we're not convicted in anything that we believe in no more. Like we are, but we're not.
Like, I see so many people switch the side and switch the fence. You know what I mean? Or have a crazy extreme opinion about something that doesn't get us anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, come on now. Like, there's got to be some median point to this.
Yeah, and that's like you just said. So many people are switching sides, switching fences. They haven't formed their own opinions.
Right.
But the people that they follow have, and they're following them. So if the person that they follow has switched their opinions, they now just follow that person. That's not doing any good.
Not at
That's
all.
just adding to the confusion.
The group thing.
The group think.
Right. Exactly.
So then let's get into division.
Right. This is exactly. It's kind of crazy because this is all it's literally all I see. Like, I just feel like people, it's like you're over here, I'm over here.
Yeah.
It can never be a we're over here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's nuts because we all work off of preconceived notions. Like, I don't care. Humans work off preconceived notions. You all have everybody has an opinion of somebody before they interact with them.
Yeah.
He's white, so this.
Right.
He's black, so this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what keeps us divided,
Yeah.
but we don't realize it. Actually, it's actually very human-like to do that. Now, if you allow it to keep you divided, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
Just like how we portray ourselves a certain way on social media, right? So now you got to understand that cops aren't cops; they're people,
Yep.
right?
Right.
So think about the fact that they're black people, they're white people, and
Yeah.
they also have preconceived notions as well.
Yeah.
Now, if you're on social media and you are portraying yourself a certain way, let's just be honest with you. And this is not, I'm not saying this is a means to kill people,
No.
because that's what the
Bad.
rebuttal is going to be against what I'm saying right now.
Yeah.
Not
Just,
saying,
just open your ears. You know.
open your ears, open your heart.
I'm gonna give a little trigger warning, a little bit of a disclaimer. Actually, no, it's your thing, bro. You could do however you want to do it. It's just, a lot
I'm
of
raw, dude.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you take it how you take it, man. Like,
Yeah.
you take it how you take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, bro.
And it's just like, bro, on both sides of it, this is how I feel about it. I don't know what kind of training cops do to get into the police force. I don't know.
I could tell you.
Yeah, and you could tell me, and I want you to tell me
Yeah.
right after this, because you can educate me on this, which is why I have you here.
Right.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, bro, you cannot glorify being a savage. And when you get treated like a savage,
Right.
it's a problem. Shit doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just don't get the accountability issue here. Not saying that, yo, people are supposed to die for it. It's a two-sided thing. I can't speak from a cop's standpoint because I'm not a cop. I'm a black man.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I am more critical of my people,
Yeah.
being that we are one.
Right.
And if you perceive that man a certain way, you probably perceive me a certain way too.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. If you don't know both of us, it's a group think to look at a certain racial group a certain way, and there's stereotypes that come with it.
Yeah.
Right?
So I've heard from people close to me that if you're a black person right now, you're angry with the police. And I was like, that's not true.
I'm a little scared.
Yeah.
I'm a little scared
Or
because of what's going
or
on.
if you're a black person, you're automatically just angry right now. I'm like, what? That's not true. I see people. It's not as many, but I see it's that, and that's a speaking an absolute thing, which is just ridiculous, bro. I'm gonna say one thing and then I'm gonna get into the police.
Yeah, please.
So everyone's saying what we should do. I don't like that word.
Should.
I don't like that word, bro.
Why don't you like it?
Because should, again, is another subjective thing.
Absolutely. Individual.
It's an individual thing. The world would be a better place. Well, let's not even talk about that. I'm just going to explain some psychology. If I say to you, you should do something, you're going to say back to me,
Why?
fuck you.
Or why?
Why?
Why do you feel like that?
If you can even get to why, I'm just saying, like, it's just a natural thing when if I tell you to do something, you're not gonna want to do it. It's just natural. Why was I such a bad kid? Not a bad kid, but why was I so rebellious in high school? Because my parents would constantly tell me to do things and I wouldn't do them. It's just simple psychology.
Mm-hmm.
So the should thing is like, dude, I think more people would be doing things if everyone stopped telling them they should be doing things.
Right.
Yeah, just
What's
simple.
What's the reason behind why you're doing it?
Right.
Or why do you feel like I should do it? You know what I mean?
And-
Like ask more questions.
And the person that hears, and I've been guilty of this, I automatically see someone telling me that I should do something, and I go to the next story. I'm like, oh, I should do something, click.
Right.
But now, I'm doing a much better job. This week, I have made a extreme shift, and I don't only absorb information that confirms my biases. I take in everything.
Absolutely.
I take, because that's what a leader does. They take in everything, and that's the point of this podcast today.
Unity. Big time.
Unity.
Big time.
So let's speak a little bit about the police. I'll tell you about training, and most of this is coming from a podcast, Joe Rogan and Jocko Willink. Jocko Willink is a former Navy SEAL. He understands tactics, combat, fighting with emotions, high-level combative organizations, planning. You know, like he's extremely. He has a lot of experience when it comes to this type of stuff. I really recommend going to see it. But from what I remember of the podcast, when we talk about, everyone's saying defund the police, right?
Yeah.
So defund the police. Now, let me tell you, all that funding that police have, I'm going to tell you what they've done with it. My question is, where is the money going? Because it's not going to training. Because this is what it takes to be a cop. I'm pretty sure most police departments are 4 months, 3 to 4 months in training, and then you're a cop for the rest of your life. If you want to be a Navy SEAL, you have 18 months to train for a 6-month deployment, and then you have to do it again and again, consistently training. If you want to be a police officer, it's 3 months, and then you're able to go to be a police officer.
Taking people through records. Let's be real. Haven't had really any friction in their life. Probably never even got into a fight in their life.
Yep.
Giving them a gun after 3 months and telling them to go protect society.
Right.
As if they see a, like, no wonder they see it.
Yes.
They see certain people.
Exactly.
And they're trigger happy. Like, come on.
Extremely trigger happy. They've never been in a fight before.
Right.
Now check this out, bro. This is gonna be the craziest statistic of the day. Just give you a statistic of the day. Yo,
That's a thing.
dude. Combat statistic. Police officers a year only have 2 to 4 hours of combat training. 2 to 4 hours.
Let me ask you something. Is this like, do they do combat training weekly?
No. 2 to 4 hours a year.
A year. So, like, all right, like, so that wouldn't make sense. So is it monthly that they have combat training? Like,
No.
you see what I'm saying? Like if you break it down, you said 2 to 4 hours,
2
right?
to 4 hours a year.
So what is it, like 20 minutes a month? Not even.
I am not
20.
sure if I
You see what I'm
had
saying?
to think about what it could be. I'm assuming that it is in the beginning in police training.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm pretty sure, bro, that once you're a cop, you're just a cop now. Dude, when we played football, we weren't just football players in the sense of we get to play in the game. No, the game might be a 0.5% of what we do.
Of the entire thing, your career.
You're consistently training. That's how you get good. You consistently train.
Yeah.
So my biggest thing with defund the police, this is a completely just different perspective. Again, I don't know what's good. I don't know what's bad. It's all theory. But I will tell you right now that if we defund the police, they will have less money for training. Now, here's my thing. I believe that the police system as it is needs serious reform. And people that would argue against it would say, oh, we've already had reform. No. We need serious reform.
What kind of reform did they say they had? I don't know if you.
They'll say like they'll
Certain police departments.
I think
Newark.
yeah.
I know Newark said that they've completely reconstructed their police department.
Okay, so that's
like
that's
an
one thing.
example.
So this is an argument for that. This is something you see on social media, education, and this is the title of the article. Camden, New Jersey gets rid of Camden, New Jersey gets rid of police department. Crime goes down. Oh, really? So now you see that, and now you, just because you're on social media, have formed an opinion. wow, that's got to mean that less police means less crime. No,
That's
they rebuilt
crazy.
the entire department.
Right.
So now, if this is what I'm saying, if a department is that corrupt, and departments are that corrupt, get rid of it, but rebuild, and let's figure out a new way to rebuild. So, if I have any type of opinion, if I have a utopia, if you ask me what my idea of policing in this country should be, it should be this. If we get the money from defunding the police, or if it's not, the point is that there is money that's not going to social services enough.
Yeah.
We need to implement more money to schools, to community, to whatever programs.
Homeless people.
Homeless people.
Homeless people.
Yes.
That's first and foremost, bro.
Right. That's got to be your bottom of the barrel.
100%, man.
And let's take a second to appreciate how blessed we are.
Yes.
You know, we are blessed, bro. There's people right now that they can't even worry about right, left, black, white. They're just worrying about their next meal.
100%.
That's tough, bro.
All right.
And we're back.
We're back.
We're back. Technical difficulties.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens, man. This is what happens when you chase your dreams. Sometimes,
Yeah, for real.
and because a lot of people would wait for the perfect moment, and sometimes when you wait for the perfect moment, that moment never comes.
Never happens.
Never happens. So sometimes you gotta lose a little bit of audio. Lose a little bit of audio, yeah.
Hey, man, we're back though. We're back.
We are back.
So, Jake, like I said, from where we left off, I want you just to elaborate a little bit more on the police force, training, things like that, what it takes to be a police officer. His dad's a police officer.
Right.
Like we were talking
start
about.
there.
So we'll start there.
Cool.
Go ahead.
So,
Go ahead, brother.
all right. My dad is a police officer. My dad is one of the greatest guys I know.
Big
And great dude.
Big
Great dude.
facts. Like him.
I haven't seen my dad happy in... I can't even tell you, bro. I haven't seen my dad happy in a long time. He has his moments of like here and there.
Joy. Yeah.
He was like,
Spread.
he was really happy when I got the scholarship. That was like a big moment for him. But other than that, he's not the happiest guy in the world. You know, I grew up people calling him Angry Jerry. And I think a lot of that has to do.
Whoa.
Yeah, a lot of that has to do with how tough being a police officer is.
100%.
So, I'm just gonna give you guys a little bit of perspective into the eyes of a police officer, and just hear it with open ears. So, 31 cops were killed this year. 31 cops.
Rest in peace.
Rip. It's a lot of people. And that has nothing to do with cops dying of coronavirus or getting old, or it's just 31 cops were murdered this year. And that type of statistic is in a lot of people's minds, a lot of police officers' minds. That weighs on them. Like 31 of them have died, so they have a real stress of knowing that when they go to work, they could die. So that's one stressor. They work long days.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that for a fact.
They work long days.
Mhm.
Dude, they're consistently going into engagements with people that don't want them to be there. When a cop pulls you over, he didn't want you to pull. He doesn't like you because you pulled him over. He pulled you over, and you don't like him because he doesn't like you.
Mhm.
So you're stressed out then.
Misunderstanding, miscommunication.
Miscommunication, and it's because our relationships with the police force is so bad, and like that can be avoided through community engagement, which is something that I want to talk about in a little bit. But yeah, so it's an extremely stressful job. There's chances you could die. So not even do people at work don't like you, like the people that you interact with. Half of the country now
Hates you.
hates.
Hates you.
Not even doesn't like you.
Circulation of negative information over and over again.
And I'm seeing a lot of things now about people are like, well, they picked to be a police officer. No, it's like they just wanted to feed their family.
Mm-hmm.
They're not bad people, bro. I don't even believe in such things as bad people. I believe in
Bad circumstances.
I believe in bad circumstances and bad actions, right? Like, so on the other side of the coin, people talk about criminals. Not bad people, bro. Especially, not bad people. Now, if you're going to say that a criminal commits a crime, a felony, a violent crime, let's say. I'm not talking about weed. I'm talking about violent crime, murder, rape, whatever it is. We're easier to forgive them than we are to forgive police officers. And I'm not saying for murder. Cops should be held accountable for murder. But if we're going to say that people aren't bad, we need to do the same thing for police officers. It can't just be extended to criminals and all other people. A cop isn't bad. A cop is just someone that's trying to feed their family. So I get a little sad when I see so many people hating on police officers, because my dad is one, and
Yeah, it sucks.
his life is so shitty
Yeah.
because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a perspective into, you know, it's really tough to be a police officer.
So solutions now, Jake. Like, what do you think is a solution? Because we can go into. I don't honestly. I don't know many right now.
Yeah.
I actually proposed one on a prior podcast, and I want to know what you think about it. I said on a prior podcast that I feel like maybe just to see exactly where the problem actually derives from,
Right.
if it's from civilians or if it's from police. I want to know if you feel like if African American police officers patrol their own neighborhoods, we would that would be a better idea than having white police officers patrolling black neighborhoods, because now we can see where the problem actually comes from.
Yeah.
Because we can completely be targeting the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Right now, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, what do you think about that? What do you think about that idea?
So I think that it's a very romantic idea. It sounds very good. And I think it could work. It's a theory. It could work.
Maybe, yeah.
I think what I would say is, instead of focusing on white, black, let's focus just a solution, because you could be right, but here's just another perspective. Instead of focusing on let's have black police officers in black neighborhoods, let's have highly trained the right police officers in neighborhoods.
Well, Jake, I'm gonna say this real quick.
Right.
So people don't think that's the problem, though. People don't think it has anything to do with Training. We haven't. Listen, this whole issue is escalated from training to race.
Yeah.
Or both.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's be real. Let's be real about it now.
Right.
Maybe we need to find out if it's really a race thing.
Maybe
We need to find out. And how other way would we do that? Than to experiment and actually find out where the problems comes from.
So like I said, bro, that could be good.
Right.
But you're just gonna, I already know that people are gonna, one thing that I'm starting to realize, bro, is that people will argue you anything.
Yeah.
Anything, bro.
Yeah.
You could have had the best solution in the world, but people are gonna argue you over it. So I'm like, you know what? Devil's advocate, I would say to you that someone is going to say to you that black police officers are just as racist as white police officers because they're police officers.
Nah, for real though.
People say that, bro, because they say that it's built in.
Right.
To a certain degree, it might be built in. Is it racism? I don't know. Is it just the fact that everyone's mean? Everyone doesn't like them? Maybe that could do something to it.
Yo,
you
maybe. They think it's a code. They think it's a culture thing too. Like it's a code. Like people look at police like they're gangs now.
Yeah.
Like and it's like really sad because like I'm a good kid. You know what I mean? I could actually say like, I'm a good dude, and it's like I even feel like kind of scared when I see a police officer now, and it's only because of the information that's circulating ever so often on social media. So I feel like we keep passing around this negative information. We don't even realize that we're doing ourselves a huge disservice by doing it. We're misreading situations. We don't actually understand that people have phones now and they can portray any situation to be whatever they want it to be.
and we can digest the information however it is suitable to us.
Yeah, that's a big thing is that
Like,
we're looking at like, so here's one thing that I'm seeing that's an issue. This is a problem. Is this the police problem? Maybe, but this is just a regular problem. It has to do with all types of issues. And one of the biggest problems is that words are easily misinterpreted. And how do we talk to each other? How are words getting put out there now? They're being read. What are they being read on? Social media, tweets. If I send you an email and I say, Q, I need you to get this done for me by next week. You know what you're going to say? Fuck you. I'm not doing that shit.
maybe.
Now, maybe, just depending on the person, but you're likely to say, I don't want to do that.
Right.
I didn't give you any context.
Right.
So if we're in person and I'm like, yo, Q, how you been, bro? Everything's good, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Yo, do you think you'd be able to help me out next week? Do me a favor. And then move this thing for me, whatever I need.
It's more personal.
It's more personal, so you understood where I was coming from. I wasn't coming from a place. When I sent the email, I meant, hey, Q, can you help me out and do me a solid? But you didn't see that because there were words and they were misinterpreted. You saw it as, wow, always asking me to do shit.
Right.
Guess
Fuck
what?
this
Not
dude.
fuck this
He
dude.
didn't even put a smiley face.
Right.
You're like, yo, it's
Damn.
it's ridiculous. How immature are we?
Yeah.
How immature? Like, yo, we're like a whole bunch of kids. Like, it's the analogy of the pen pals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like, I don't understand where this all came from. Like, don't you want to see your pen pal? Wasn't it a thing at one point that you wanted to actually see your pen pal? Like, hopefully one day you'd have hopes to actually seeing them.
That was like the most exciting part about having a pen
I
pal.
think a pen pal is like, yo, you eventually see him. Now it's like, yo, we're infatuated with the idea of just having a pen pal.
Yeah.
It's like, bro.
Why see him?
Why see? Yeah. Why
That
not?
could- that
Why
would-
not just see him?
That could no, but I'm saying like people don't want to see the pen
Oh.
pal because it ruins they could ruin the image of their pen pal.
Yeah, right.
Can we stop
Dude.
living not in real reality?
That's what I'm saying.
Let's live in reality.
Listen, this
Q's
is
my
sick.
boy. We
This
gotta
is
hang
sick,
out.
man. Really, like, yo, I got boys. That's
Yeah.
like, bro, I get around you. I talk to you so much over the phone. I get around you. I don't know how to approach the situation
Right.
because I don't really know you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, and honestly, that's just like, that's a whole nother conversation. But it just all feeds into the same thing, is that we all have these crazy preconceived notions. We all have these crazy, like, biases.
Yeah.
And that's all we do is read things over the phone, and we don't approach things in real life. And that's why things don't get done, is because we won't approach it in real life. But instead, when we approach things in real life, it's aggressive. We're burning down police stations. We're like, come on, bro. And,
Yeah.
and yo, listen, man, there's aggression on both sides. That doesn't take away from the fact that I'm saying, like, there isn't police officers that might be shooting rubber balls at people and
Right.
knocking their brains out. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that either, but at the same time, like, everybody's got to hold themselves somewhat accountable for something. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? As long as we keep going in this complete circle, it's never gonna stop, and it's actually exhausting. It's exhausting for good people.
And
it's
it's
exhausting for good people.
and
bro.
it's
Like,
getting
genuinely good
worse.
people. It's getting worse, and it's like, yo, what's gonna happen, man? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I try not to be very negative when it comes to this type of thinking. I try to always, like, listen, one thing that has changed my life, and I don't want it to be, I'm going to be corny by saying a coined corny term because I don't have an hour long to break down what I actually mean. But what I'm saying is it's helped me so much to be positive. But it's very hard to be positive in a time like this.
very hard, very hard. I've been feeling down.
Yeah, bro. I think everyone has been feeling down.
Yeah.
Because like I said before, we're so in it. Everyone's taking things personal.
Oh, I'm so glad he said that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that.
I'm so glad I said that.
Yo, what is going on? For real. Nah, but for real, like let's talk about it.
Yeah.
What is going on with that? Like, yo, it's not even just this situation. Why does everyone take everything so personal now? Like, yo, you cannot say anything about anybody without them taking it personal now. You cannot like, there is no critiquing anymore. Like,
Right.
healthy critiquing anything anymore, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone gets so offended by everything. And I'm talking about, this is in daily relationships too, over different
Yeah.
things. Like, what the hell is going on, dude? Like, I'm telling you, people have this crazy accountability issue and victim mentality. It's like
Yeah.
the sickest thing ever. Like, and like, yo, people hate Kanye for saying what he says, and then like, yo, he says that. Like, yo, people hate hearing about themselves, dude.
Yeah. It's very easy to be a victim.
Like,
because you'll never have to be vulnerable, and you'll never have to open yourself to exploring the things about you that don't serve you anymore.
Right. And usually there's a reward for a victim.
Now there is.
But even when you were a kid, I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna go tell the teacher, and what are they gonna do? Sympathize with me. And what are they gonna do? I might get a lollipop or something. I might get something, and it just grows and grows and grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. It's like, yo, dude, like this shit is crazy, man. I feel like I'm in this I feel like I'm in a movie.
Yep.
The Purge, like.
Yeah. So like we have all of these issues, right?
Right.
Throw that one on the list. We can sit here and do a whole podcast and probably name 100,000 issues that we're facing.
That's a fact. We could do that. It's a lot.
We could. So instead of being so gloomy,
solution.
Let's talk solutions. When it comes to the police force, here's a solution. I think that cops right now have a little bit more responsibility than civilians. And the reason why I say that is because they are the ones on trial. They have messed up. Not all cops, but there has been a group of cops that have messed up. And sometimes, you know what you got to do to dissolve a situation? Take the high road.
Yeah.
Take the high road.
We've all learned about it.
Dude, and it's some and another thing. Some of those stupid things, don't cry over spilt milk, go with the flow, take the high road. Those are genius.
Yeah, genius, but they're so simple and people look over it.
Dude, but that's the thing is people want some complex, like we were saying before about education. People are using these big terms and they're speaking only in a way that someone from Harvard can understand them.
Intelligence is a trend.
Dude. It's
fake intelligent people.
Where was I going with that?
Fucking trend, dude.
Yeah, it's a trend, and man, where was I going with that, bro? That was such a good point. Yeah, it's just it's whatever. I don't know where I was going with that. Damn.
It's all good, bro.
It's
like,
all
yo,
good.
it's a lot. It's a lot to talk about.
It is a lot, yo. It is a lot. It is a lot to talk about. All right, so what was I just saying? Was I saying solution about?
We're trying to find a solution. Let's not focus on the negative aspects of everything. Let's try to find a solution because that's what we're here. We're already
right.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I was saying. Resume. Here we go. So this is what I was saying, dude. Those little simple sayings, right?
Mm-hmm.
They get looked over because they're simple. And the reason why they get looked over because they're simple is because people think that issues have to be solved in a complex manner. People think that things have to be hard. That's not true. Simple is the best way.
Right. And
dude,
much less energy.
Imagine how much. Imagine this, because this has happened to me. We're trying to solve. Here's a little bit. Yeah, I'm like swatch.
We're like trying
to
do it smooth.
Unpopular opinion, and we'll go into this on a different podcast because this is a little bit of my wheelhouse. I'm a spiritual person. I'm extremely spiritual. I'm a big believer in God. Love God. Definitely not the way that everyone thinks. It's a totally different type of thing. It's an inclusive thing. No one's getting left out. There's no religion that has to do with it. I love the thing that connects me to you, that connects you to everyone else, the trees, the birds, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. I love God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, Buddha, whatever your God is, you can say that. I don't care what it is. So my wheelhouse is spirituality. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I've learned in spirituality that we overcomplicate issues.
We do.
Dude, there are so many things that are like so simple. Like so simple. So the thing that created I'm gonna break down really quickly. Human beings have a problem. It's called the analytical mind. The analytical mind is a great thing. It's the thing that leads to great discoveries, great solutions. It's the thing that allows you to solve a math problem. That's good. But what happens is we've broken our minds. Anxiety. Your mind isn't supposed to be racing all day. If you were to sit there and talk about, if you were to sit there and just listen to your thoughts for an hour, you'd be like,
You'd be wanting to kill
you'd be like, I'm crazy.
like, bro, we do it.
Yeah.
We do it now.
We do it.
I know most people do it.
So what I'm saying is this. The thing that created racism was the analytical mind. Human beings aren't born racist. They're just not. They're not. It's our mind. It's our broken. It's just the fact that our minds are broken. So now what I'm seeing online is people are trying to solve racism by overcomplicating it and using their mind.
Yo, dude. Yo,
Like,
there's a million, like, what?
Dude, all you
What
have
is-
to.
Yo, what? Like, I don't get it. Like, yo, at the end of the day, all these opinions aren't doing shit.
It's
Yo,
not.
I don't get
It's
it.
overcomplicating everything.
Oh my god. Yo, we have a million. You ever notice we have a million solutions on the phone? We have no solutions in real life.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, y'all post 25 posts a day about this and that and this and that, and you guys aren't doing nothing in real life.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
Yep.
and I'm not talking about the peaceful protesters, man. Like, yo, big ups to you guys. I understand.
ups.
I understand that. But yo, you guys aren't going to town hall. You guys aren't doing stuff. Like, come on.
Yeah.
But you want to post 20 posts a day about the same thing?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
And it's just
Mhm.
it's just not helping.
It's not.
It's just not helping. Listen, I encourage everyone to, if I want to get anything across today on this podcast, is something that I have learned this week by looking at everyone's perspective and not demonizing anyone. The problem is that in this country, we have so many people that are set in their ways. You brought up yesterday and you brought up today on the phone, boomers, people, baby boomers. They believe that society and life is supposed to be done a certain way. You grow up, you go to college, and you come home, you work in a factory, you get a white picket fence, you know, like that's just what they believe in. So anything other than that, they're closed-minded to.
Right.
Now, there's a left and a right. Yeah, left and a right. I think I did the wrong way. So left and the right. Dude, I learned about this a year ago. What the hell is that? The left and the right. Bro, I didn't even know what that was.
Because, yo,
It's another
divide.
It's another
Divide and
divide.
conquer. It's like ridiculous, dude.
Dude,
Yeah, bro.
one thing that I really want to get across to everyone, and I really want everyone to hear me when I say this, is stop being so close-minded and set in your ways, and open up your heart, open up your mind,
Your being.
and your entire being, and understand that sometimes there are different ways to do things. And if everyone could understand that, we'd be getting a lot further, because we don't necessarily just have bad opinions, we defend them.
And we have too many.
And we have too many.
Can't pick one.
No.
No solution.
So another thing that I'm pushing towards is like, yo, we need a leader.
Yeah, we need a leader. We need leaders.
We need leaders, bro. We need people to go in and do the work. Okay, shooting in Minneapolis, right? Shooting in Minneapolis.
Burning a police fucking-
Dude, whatever it is. You know what a leader does? I'm gonna go there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get on the ground,
Right.
and we're gonna talk to people.
Right.
We're gonna talk to people. Tell me, okay, you've lived here your whole life. There's corruption going on. Okay, tell me about it. Okay, and now I'm gonna be completely open-minded to everything you're saying, and I'm also going to take into account that you're emotional.
Right.
You know,
Right,
a real
right.
leader does this and say, okay, you think that? Okay, what do you think? We got this thing going on now.
Okay.
Okay, all right. What do you think? And then that allows you to understand everyone's perspective and then form a solution together as a unit. Dude, the best leaders in the world include the best leaders, the best teachers, the best coaches, the best presidents give power to their people.
That's a fact.
They give
Yeah.
power to their people, bro.
Mhm.
Because then if let's say I'm the president, right? And no, let's take it a step below that. Let's say that I'm a Navy SEAL officer, general, and I have troops working for me. And I go, okay, we got to take out, there's a bad guy. We got to take him out. And you look to me for answers. I'm like, no, you're the leader. Go and figure it out. You don't figure it out by yourself. You go figure it out by your team. And you come back to me, and then you can't get mad at the plan because you came up with it.
Yeah, that's fact.
I might have tweaked it a little bit, but you came up with the plan. So the thing about it is that leaders aren't doing that. If in the leaders that we do have, first of all, some people shouldn't even be leaders.
Bro, most people shouldn't be leaders. Like, let's just be honest.
If you are closed,
false idols.
If you are closed-minded,
And celebrities need to shut up.
right?
They're not helping any situations right now. Let's just be honest.
Maybe.
And followers follow them
Yeah.
in their dumb opinions.
Yeah.
Not realizing that they're humans and they're people just like you.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Anyway, go ahead.
So, I just think the most important thing in the world, the only way that we can get somewhere is if we build relationships and talk to each other and listen. Ask yourself, when you see a post that you don't like, do you listen? Because there might be some good perspective in that. Or, even better yet, maybe if you see someone that posts something that you don't like, hit them up. And don't hit them up and be like, fuck you, why'd you do this, you piece of shit? Or you're a Satanist,
Yeah,
hit them
bro.
up and be like,
I'm surprised
hey,
I haven't got more though. Like, no joke.
dude,
I'm surprised.
I hit someone up, and this girl was so angry. Bro, so angry. So angry.
It's like, yo, chill.
And I hit her up, and I was like, hey,
What's up, baby?
I just wanted to know what was going on.
Hey, what's up, boo?
And then she basically was like, fuck you. And I was like, are you
big,
okay?
Fat meanie pants.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Dude, people are just so
Angry and aggressive. It's
Angry,
like, yo, bro.
aggressive.
We can't get anywhere like this.
So one thing when it means being open-minded, you really just got to ask yourself, am I acting out of emotion, or am I acting from a place of getting the best possible solution? Is my heart in it? Not is my heart in it, but just form your own opinions.
Yeah. Respect, dude.
Yeah.
Yo, thank you so much for coming out today, bro. I really appreciate your perspective.
Yeah.
You're speaking from a perspective that most people don't understand.
Yeah.
He has a person living in his own home that deals with this firsthand. So maybe if he says it, you guys can empathize with it and understand a little bit more. Maybe you guys can switch your position from being far left or far right to having some middle ground within that. So I'm really glad to have you here, bro. You're doing amazing things right now. I'm proud of you, bro.
Yeah.
And this is one of many. So thank
love.
you so much for coming out, bro.
Oh, love,
For real.
bro. I love you, bro.
Love you too, dude. No doubt. Peace out. Savantz Podcast. Y'all, see you guys next time.
See you.
Lit. Done.